afternoon, I think. Welcome. I'm Alan Cox. Thank you for being here. Say hi to Bill Squire. He's right over there.
Hey, creepy hugs, everyone. Thanks for listening to and watching this episode of the Alan Cox Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share a cold one with the boys.
There's Mary Santora.
Hi, guys. No babies.
Man, yesterday's show, it was, if you weren't here yesterday, it was a wild ride, boy. It was a wild ride. The Santora family vacation. There were multiple deaths.
No?
Am I misremembering yesterday's show?
Multiple deaths of maybe like senses of humor and bonds between siblings. But
Desire to ever go on a family vacation again.
Right.
It was funny. Poundcake's back behind the glass, too.
Afternoon, white people.
Somebody tweeted yesterday and was like, tagged you and I in it. Not sure how to tell you this, but you don't have to go on vacation with your family now that you're an adult. Lots of families go on vacation. I mean, I've never gone on in the wake of my dad dying, and I guess because my dad hated to travel. He and my mom went to Hawaii, and I think one of the greatest moments of his life was getting to see the Pearl Harbor Memorial, because my dad was a veteran.
Oh, I thought maybe he was like, yeah, go Japan.
I didn't ask what side. But, he was clearly on the Allied side. But, in having these conversations about how, life will be now for my mom without my dad around or whatever, and I've been conversing with my siblings about how maybe we should relocate holidays, right? Because it would be, in years past, I would go, it's kind of a haul to get home, and, you know. And so I wouldn't go home for every holiday. And I told Gwen, I said, I'm going to be going home for every holiday now for a while. Because it's, but my brother was like, maybe we should have it at my house. Or maybe we should do this. So these are all these things that we have to. But we never all went on a vacation.
Mm-hmm. Neither did we.
As adults, definitely not as kids. But as adults, we haven't all gotten together and all gone somewhere.
Take all the kids. Honestly, it was still, even all of the catastrophes aside, it was still a great time. And all the cousins got to hang out, and we got to spend time with our siblings, because we were the same way. My one brother lives in Louisville. My other brother lives down past Columbus, So just to get everybody together would happen once every couple years.
Well, I'm the only one who doesn't live in the area. Yeah. Like, they could all very easily go somewhere without me. That's right. They could all do whatever they want. They're all very close to each other. I'm the only outlier.
I would recommend it.
We do it.
I had a good time.
Pretty regularly.
The Squires all get together and go somewhere?
We went to Vegas in 2019 for Christmas. A couple years before that, we did this a couple times where we went down to, not Myrtle Beach. What's in South Carolina? Hilton Head. Yeah, we went to Hilton Head a few times.
Myrtle Beach is in South Carolina, too.
Okay. Well, Hilton Head was the one that we went to a few times. And, we'll do those little getaway type things. And it's fun. It's a very good time.
Once every few years, I think.
Yeah.
Because now I'm like, well, would it be weird if we did this now because my dad's not there?
That's what we
did.
Like,
it would have been fun. I know, but this isn't the first time you guys have ever done this,
yes, it is.
Oh, it is?
We have never taken a family vacation.
I see.
When I was like maybe 10, we went down to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, but it was only me, my younger sister, my two older brothers, and my dad.
Okay.
So they were my brothers were teenagers. I was 10. My sister was like 6 or 7.
So was it just coincidence that this didn't happen while your dad was alive?
Well, it was the same thing. Whereas like we couldn't get everybody together, and people didn't want to travel. Nobody had any money. Like it was just one of those things where after my dad died, all my siblings were kind of like, we need to make better efforts.
Yes.
Like, we don't see each other enough. We have 12 cousins, like nieces and nephews.
Let's maximize whatever time we've got.
Let's let them actually know each other instead of seeing their cousins once every 3 years. You're not even the same person,
Yeah, so that's something to consider, I guess, for the Cox family. The Brown family, of course, famously getting ready for a trip to Las Vegas.
My mom called me
in a couple of weeks. She call you angry? Have her coworkers been telling you what we've been talking about?
No, but I told her that I'm going to have her call in today because I want her to state her case on this stupid old bus. Like, I've been telling her, she called me up, she's like...
Yeah, but what is she going to say that's different to me that she hasn't already said to you? I feel like I'm up to speed on her case.
Well, she wants
you to go.
She wants me to go, but she wants to know where everyone stands. Because I'm in the camp of no, but I'll go along to get along because, again, we don't get together that often. We haven't taken a family vacation in over 20 years. We're going to do it. I'll spend the money. But she wanted everyone else. She said, oh, you're just being, ridiculous, blah, blah, blah. Everyone else can see, the glamour in this, or it would be fun. I said, I don't think so. I don't think anyone else would want to be on a bus for 8+ hours in the middle of the desert.
It's not about the bus, though. And the bus can be as fun as you want it to be. You can have fun on a bus.
It'll be an air-conditioned coach.
Add it to Mary Santora's list of things I say. You can have fun on a bus.
You can have fun on a bus.
But how much
says
fun?
Mary Santora.
You can have, but you can't like party on the bus.
You
got
can't
other
party,
people on
but you
there.
can have a good time with the people you're traveling with.
If just one person would invent something called a, I don't know, party bus, then all kinds of people could be having fun.
Well, that's
But we all know you can't party on a bus.
I can't even wrap my head around the logistics of partying on a bus.
I know.
Well, it's like people who complain about flying when they're like, it's so this and it's that. It's not ideal, but you have to do it. And if you're traveling with someone you enjoy, you can kind of, I hope, talk to the person that you're traveling with.
It really comes down
Poundcake
to...
has laid this out. He does not enjoy his family.
I guess.
Well,
Yeah.
as I said before, I'm going to stick by it and
Take
say...
a book.
No, I'm going to make them miserable. I'm going
Do
to
you know
make
how
them
to read?
miserable because this is all their fault.
Why not lean into having a good time with them?
That's what I mean.
Take an
rather
edible.
than being so...
Yeah, take an edible.
well,
That's
there's
a
nothing wrong
perfect
with
time
that.
out.
Nothing wrong with that.
Mom can't tell me anything because it's legal there and I'm grown, so she can't be like, what you doing?
Take
Hour
it
to
one step
kick in.
further. Do some heroin. That bus
You'll
ride.
sleep the whole way.
I don't want to do anything illegal. I want to make it all kosher.
Come on, you're in Vegas, buddy.
Nah. I'm with my
Then
family,
do some
though.
coke. Do a speedball.
That kills a lot of
little
people.
heroin. But it's
this
you want to have a
so
good
many
time.
people.
Is this a party bus or not?
Right.
That's what it comes down to.
So I told her I was going to make her call because
When is she going to call?
whenever you want her to. She's off today. I'm sure she's probably listening.
Tell her to call.
Okay, I'll tell her to call.
I'll talk to her. Well, it's still fresh in my mind.
Okay.
So I'll add, there are a lot of parties on buses. Is that
You
what you
can
said?
have fun on a bus.
You can have fun on a bus to Mary's list. The most recent one was there are alcoholics in France. That was the last one we did. But there's some choice gems on there.
Yeah.
The ground can't be the sky.
True.
And I don't want to promote Hitler, but is one that's on there too. Old people are fat in a different way. Again, these are all
I
things
stand by
that,
all of these things.
I'm not telling you to change your mind at all. I think that there's really jumping off points there for anybody who really wants to take a different perspective in their life. There are a lot of sports.
There are a lot of sports.
Most people go, yeah, duh. But then if you ask them, oh, you like sports? Name all of them.
Yeah.
They can't
is that
do that.
a jersey? Is that a hockey jersey?
Oh,
Name
highlight.
any other sports.
Yeah,
a hockey sweater.
list all the teams.
You mentioned maybe having new traditions. I would recommend that. That's something that we did for my family, and it was actually pretty fun. Because we always went to my dad's house, so to kind of figure out logistics of hosting it somewhere else and people bringing this or that, it was kind of like creating the new tradition helped ease the pain of the old traditions, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
And plus, then you can host people. And
Oh,
that's
God.
I know that's your favorite thing.
Well, no, listen, I have been on record for the entire time we've been here. It's very hard to get people to visit you when you live in Cleveland, Ohio. It just is.
Right.
You're like, oh, we'll come see you. Where do you live? Cleveland. Listen, you know what? I'm going to check my calendar, but oh boy, my youngest brother has visited us with his kids, but he's the only one who's come.
But then what happens when they come? They go, oh, we had a great time.
I don't know.
Right.
Nobody's ever come.
But when they do,
Well, they will now.
They know it's an open door policy. It has been for 12 years. Been here for 12 years this Christmas.
it's like when,
I've had one sibling come and visit.
like when comics come to town and then they like want to go hang out after a show, take them to a bar, and if they're from like New York or LA, they're like, "Oh my God, everything's so cheap here!" And I'm like,
Yeah, it's pretty
great.
awesome.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, compared to New York, it's going to
Right.
be cheap. I mean,
compared to
but-
Chicago, it's gonna be cheap.
Yeah. Well, I'd like my parents or my family to come for a different reason than, hey, is everything cheap there?
Hey.
Yeah, everything's cheaper here.
It's cheaper.
Maybe
but
not
it's
the
also,
gas.
but there's also a lot of if you go to Sheetz,
I tell people, I go, anybody can have a good weekend in Cleveland.
yeah.
Right? I'm not asking you to move here. And we'll see what happens. I got a break. I'll have another $1,000 for you. Get you a lot of money or whatever. You go fuel yourself is what we're calling. So 2:30, that next keyword to grab $1,000. And if you want to text in here for anything, 35192 to do that, and we'll be back.